So hello everyone. So I am Nirmalya from S4DS IEM, and it is already 7:10. So I guess we can start with the session. So we have reached the last day of our webinar series. So we have been having it since last weekend. So since 9th we have been having it, and we have had a total of 4 sessions so far, and this is the fifth session. So this session will be presented by Vetrivel. Uh, can you share your screen, Shuman? Yeah.
Sure, Nirmal.
Yeah.
Just a moment.
This session would be by Vetrivel PS. Just a moment. The screen is being shared. So
Nirmal, do you want me to share my screen or?
just give us a moment. Like
Okay,
we are sharing the screen. Just give us a moment.
sure.
Just a moment. We are having some issues. Yeah. So I guess it is shared. So today's session will be very interesting, and it would be on community building in data science. And this session will be taken by Vetrival PS. He has worked as a lead ML engineer in a lot of top MNCs, and currently he is the NLP head. So he's also a Kaggle expert and a tech blogger, and has multiple years of experience in the field of data science and machine learning. My first introduction with Vetrival was through through the community that he had formed, which was the Hack Weekly group, which is a community on data science and machine learning. So that is something he would highlight on in this session as well. So I would like to welcome Vetrival for this session. So hello Vetrival, can you hear us?
Thanks, Nirmal. Thanks for inviting me for such a great session. So it is indeed my privilege.
Okay. So you can start your session now.
Sure. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Sure. Hello, friends. So this is Vetrivel. Uh, Today I'm going to talk about community building in data science. So I would like to introduce myself. Before that, let me play a video.
Hey Visual, thank you so much for getting on the call. It was just amazing. And yes, You are a very good person to talk to, and you are very approachable as well. And that is what I like the most about you. You are kind hearted, that is what I can feel. And definitely, I would like to hang out with you very soon. I hope God plans something like that. And yes, it is going to be super amazing.
So this is my personal intro about myself, and a friend of mine has shared. And so I've been working in the field of machine learning, data science, and NLP for the past 7 years. I'm an NLP expert and also a Kaggle expert. I found a group, or I would call it a family. So so I'm part of the Hack Weekly group. I've done my master's in data science from BITS Pilani. That's it from my side. So let's start the session. Uh, Many people from the community and the on even on LinkedIn, they have shared that I've built a big community for AI and data science enthusiasts, and it has helped them a lot. And also, always the quality and helping someone to gain something will always be the focus. So
Hey Vijay.
let's go to the next slide. So the first step to proceed with your data science community building is thinking of an idea. Not just a uh, not just an idea that everyone can implement, but an crazy idea that comes to your mind. Say for example, uh, someone who is sitting on a balcony, and he or she is imagining about what do we do next, and something sparks in their mind. That is what I call the definition of a crazy idea. So uh, anything which even when you are thinking, you try to laugh at, or when you tell to your close ones, they also laugh at, and they think you're gone mad. And that is what the definition of a crazy idea is, and that is the starting point of where you will build a not only data science community, but any good deep community. So the idea of a deep community is where people of similar character, of good level of kindness and like-mindedness, where uh, everyone is trying to help each other. That is where a true deep community lies, and that also lives longer than the people who created that. So I'll tell an example about that in the later stage of this session. So I'm really happy that Hack Weekly data science community has reached so many people and has affected many people, so that they have made a transition in their jobs, and it has become a mini stack overflow also. If there are any technical questions, they'll ask there. And if there are any personal questions, say for example, they wanted to buy a laptop for data science and machine learning activities, they can ask that. So it is kind of a family that helps you every time in each and every step of uh, your entire journey. So that's why you need to focus on building deep communities rather than shallow communities. For example, you think of building a community, and you start approaching certain people uh, from your friend circle. For example, if they are just wanting to consume something from the group rather than trying to help. For example, one person is trying to consume always, but they don't want to help others. Then I think that person can be there in the group, but the majority of them cannot be just consumers. So they should consume, and they should be willing to help others whenever they are in a position to help. So that is where the concept of or the idea of deep communities comes into play. So so what was my idea? I'll tell you. So are you guys listening, or am I speaking to uh, hope all of you are there. Any affirmations?
Yeah, we are there. Yes.
I'm just seeing this chat. Okay, big fan. Okay, got it. So how did I get this idea of building the Hack Weekly community? So we were part. Okay, this started in June 2020, where there was a lockdown in India due to the COVID situation, and on a weekend, we five friends didn't know what to do. We were not able to roam. We were not able to meet each other. But what we were thinking is, okay, we'll participate in something related to our professional skill sets. So we started participating in machine learning hackathons, either analytics with the Janata Hack, which is a series started only in that lockdown. On every weekend, there will be a hackathon. There will be a problem statement given. Uh, we'll be able to try to solve that, and will also compete with each other. Who comes first, who comes last, and what are each other's approaches. We learn from each other. That is, see, the entire point of starting this and also developing this comes from the idea that we learn from each other, support each other. At the end of the day, it is that idea or the vision that helps grow throughout your journey afterwards. So what did I do? I was sitting in the balcony. I was in the leaderboard, uh, 10th or 15th position, I guess, out of the 100 members that were participating. I was thinking how to come on top. Even though I have done almost everything, I was not able to come on top 5 or top 3. That's what I was aiming for. Then what happened is something struck my mind, of why not invite these people uh, who are winning these hackathons and gather them and form a group. Uh, so I started with the 5 of my friends who are already participating and started inviting people through LinkedIn invites. What I did is I created a template. I added their names, and also I went through their profiles and what they were interested in. And in the template, at the last line, I added what I liked about their profile and what they were doing in their profession, and also say their personal interests. Also, I was able to gather using LinkedIn and some other sources. So this is how I invited everyone, and people were very happy to join that group. And also, it grew from 5 to 100 in a matter of few months. That is what is the power of learning and willingness to help others, and also gathering people of like-mindedness. So that is how the unexpected happened. So next thing is something emotional. I would still to date have that. Five of us friends started, right? Some people, some of our friends left the group itself and they didn't want to join back. That can happen to anyone. Even if you start with 2 3 members, to anyone what can happen is even the core members may tend to leave. uh, that does not mean you should stop from moving further. uh, that is where you should have a strong vision in your mind. So in the next slide I will give you a framework which you guys also can follow, so that uh, like how I have tried to build a data science community, you also can try to build, and I can share more tips on that. So now where are we? So though there were few friends who had left, we kept on going. So now after 2 years, we have a active WhatsApp group where we have more than 300 members, and also in LinkedIn we have 2000 plus followers. And we have okay, the main I told you, right, not only technical things, we take in certain personal touch to our community. So we have multiple groups, one for each purpose. One is for a technical collaboration, the other one is of celebrating each other's wins and supporting each other's in their failures. And the next one is fun and sports activities. So what do we do when there is an IPL match? We watch it together, or we plan a weekend movie watch. So we watch it together, and also we discuss on certain things like in investment, crypto, in the investment group. And the next one is we try to help people uh, by posting job referrals through our WhatsApp groups, and also we post interview tips and tricks so that they can crack the interviews. So each group is specific in such a way that only the interested people can join. If for example I'm not going to search for a job or an interview now, just I can leave that group, and whenever it is needed I can join back. That is how the idea is. Start as a generalized group, but when you go further into certain months or years, what you should plan to do is to develop this into certain categories, so that uh, the others are not affected. For example, what was initially happening is the idea. This is also one more crazy idea. What happened is, uh, we had a general group where everyone started posting anything and everything, like technical, celebration, sports, investment, even job. But others who were not at all interested in this also had to go through all the messages. So the idea is, once you grow at a large base, you should have laser focus, and you can have all the groups together, so that whoever is willing and wishes to join, they can, and the others can actually leave. If you give an option for people to leave and join back, that is the most important part of a community. They are free to do anything, they have the freedom to do anything. So I've seen certain telegram groups or people joining but not contributing. So that is where the fundamental differs between a deep group and a shallow group. There can be 5,000 people in a telegram group, whereas in our group we have only 300 people. But the idea is everyone tries to communicate, and everyone tries to help them. And we have published certain tech blogs in our website. So the idea for creating the website is to share our knowledge. Apart from sharing in the groups, we thought we'll have a website and we'll share our knowledge. And let me come out and show you the website. Nirmal, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so we have published some 5 blogs. So we started with the most popular activation function. So what we did is, as mentioned earlier, from start to the end, we always focus on quality. So what we did is, we'll have only long blogs that can explain the subject matter in depth. So we have a minimum of 3,500 words per blog. And if you see the blog also, the comments, we have we have real readers who are trying to learn and uh, get value from the sessions. Sorry, value from the blogs. So whenever you start a data science community, where you should start is to help people and find people who are trying to help others. The end point would be to always keep on giving value. Once you stop giving value, uh, that's the end of the community. That's where it will go down. And even if you go down, you can make a comeback by providing better value and better strategies. So let me go back to the slides. So that is where we published technical blogs, and we are still publishing. If you want to become an author here, what our main focus is, uh, you'll always be focusing on your area of expert. So that is how you produce quality blogs. You'll know and you'll be able to research on those topics. So the fourth one is, many of our Hack Weekly group members, they have transitioned into data science field, either from a non-technical background, from being a student to becoming a professional, from a student who is in a different background and wanting to make a transition to data science field. There are many examples of that. So this is also, this was possible because of the job and interview group and the celebration group. Whenever someone was able to transition, we were celebrating their success. And people, once after seeing being appreciated and valued, they also started working really hard, and others were trying to help them. It is kind of a friends group or a family. Whenever you need help, someone is trying to help you. So that becomes the strongest point of the Hack Weekly community. So the last point I would say is, in the near future we are trying to create some data science, ML and NLP courses. So before going to the other slides, if you have any questions you can ask. So I'm open for any questions here. So just be casual, and you can ask any questions that is related to building community, related to data science. How do you start something? You can go ahead, please.
If you aren't comfortable with speaking, then maybe you can even put the questions in the chat.
Exactly.
I don't think we have any questions as of now. You can continue, and we'll have a question answer session at the end.
Sure, number. Yeah. So now let's get to the point of how will you create a data science group, data science community. So the point of the entire process is, where do you start? You'll be getting certain ideas, right? Try to note them down. Always note those points, and you keep it somewhere, either in your notes, either in keep notes, anywhere. You can write it in a notebook. Always try to write those ideas. Whatever comes to your mind, just write those ideas. Because if you don't write those ideas, whenever you feel like discussing something with others, you won't have all the ideas in one place. So what you do is, always take those small ideas that comes to your mind, note it somewhere. Because sometimes it comes to our mind in random places where we cannot always note it down. Even in your mobile have something like a keep notes, Google Keep, where you can note it immediately and just forget about it later. You can set some time, like 20 minutes per week, just jot down all the ideas together, and keep thinking of what can we do with this. How do we use this idea to build the data science community? How do we actually apply these ideas where people are getting benefited? So that kind of an approach will always help you come up with an exciting idea one day. Or in my case, it was a hackathon, right? We participated in hackathons, right? So that kind of an idea will approach only if you keep on adding or thinking about some small ideas always. So that is the first point. Like, the core idea lies there only, having a strong vision and noting down all the small ideas. The next one is uh, always emotional, right? uh, Whatever happens, whenever you start with a, group of 2 3 members, uh, the second or third person might leave at some point. Like, if there are 20 to 30 members who are joined, but these two people may not be interested after a certain point. After a few months, they may not even be able to spend some time on this. So they might leave and come back. So you should be very much willing to let them go, and also invite them when they are invite them happily when they are ready to come back. So that is one thing. And the next thing is, always keep going. You will just keep growing. Over time, things happen. And what happens is, you don't have to start with WhatsApp or LinkedIn. You can start with an idea where you meet on a Google Meet on every weekend. So how do you approach people? uh, Anyone in the chats, how do you approach people? So that will be an interesting discussion to have. So I'll tell you how I approach to people. So being kind, always I'll try to uh, learn about them, try to uh, know what is their uh, area of focus, what is their skill set, and I'll start a conversation with them in such a way that it really helps them and adds value to their uh, area of work or area of interest. That way what happens is they like you, and also you both can have a good collaboration, and over time it kind of becomes like a friendship. It kind of becomes like a bonding. So just imagine you doing that with 1,000 people, and 1,000 people wanting you to uh, build that community. So even if after a certain point of time, like after 1 or 2 years, you drop the idea, but someone else will take up that idea and continue that idea. I told you, right? Even if some people leave, that idea will not leave. Once it is being taken in a positive way, uh, that idea will never leave. And if you're trying to do all of this, you'll have not only the numbers, you'll have quality people around you. They always say the 5 people who are around you is what you become in life. That I believe that. I truly believe that. And if you're trying to build a data science community, you should be around data science folks, right? So what I did in LinkedIn, I'll tell you. uh, when I got hundreds or 200 messages per week, what I did is I was selective in accepting the request and also selective in sending those requests. I was searching whether they are from the same domain or whether I can help them in any way, even if they are not from the same domain. Because people transitioning from one domain to another may not be in the same domain of data science or ML, but will they be benefited by any way by us? That is the second question we can ask. So I have built a community of 37,000 people in LinkedIn, where almost more than 30,000 people, uh, I have given request or accepted them only on these two criteria: whether I can add value to their life, whether uh, whether we have something in common as an interest. So that is how uh, you have a focused group. So focused groups always really helps in a way that it indirectly always tries to uh, trigger some ideas within you. So some guys or some people from the group will always be talking about something interesting in that area. uh, you don't have to always do research on a specific area entirely. You can just go and ask people. Asking some people in the group will give you a massive advantage over any other thought process or any other approach. You go ask, and then just imagine 10 to 50 people reply to your ask. Then you have 50 people's perspectives and how they think about a single problem. And that is where you can also expand your thought process and be open. I think we have almost come to the fag end of the session. So what people say about us? So when we started the our website, so this is what they said. They've congratulated us, and they said the website is very nice and attractive. And also we started with the activation function block for deep learning, and they wished us for sharing our knowledge and experience. That is the core, right? Sharing something out of your own and trying to learn from it. And when you're having a mindset of learning, sharing, and continuing that journey, that is where you create a data science community at the core. Even when you leave, it continues, and even if you come back, they embrace you. That is how you should focus on building a data science community. Okay, so they've our friends have mentioned that it has transformed many people's personal careers, and I have seen many people transition into the data science field, from even from one role to another, data analyst to data scientist, software engineers to full stack data scientist, something like that. And the third one is, they have mentioned one of the best things I got to be part of it. See, at the start of this session, we started with something called an idea, and how these crazy ideas can transform people's lives. If at all we have that conviction that this will work out, you should go out full-fledged and try it out. Even if people are not supporting you, they will support at some point of time, but you should not leave that vision and conviction. And the fourth one is like, you can build leaders from this kind of data science communities, instead of just a consuming group. If you're trying to build a group that both consumes and contributes, uh, you'll become a leader eventually one day. Thank you, friends. So these are all the tips from my side, how you can build a data science community and how I have built. And let me reiterate the framework. Always expect the unexpected. uh, Things will get emotional. Just keep going. uh, Keep it simple. You'll always keep growing over time. So these are all the things from my side. uh, I'll share this link on the chat window, so anytime you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Currently I'm on a break. I'll be back in a maybe in a few weeks. Also, I have a track record of responding to all my LinkedIn messages. So don't be worried, you will get all your answers, all your questions answered. And just remember, small ideas can change your life. This is always your chance to grab them. Thank you, friends.
Okay, so I think we have come towards the end of the session. So I would like everyone to ask any questions or doubts if they have, either in the chat window or they can unmute themselves as well.
Yeah, so one person has asked whether Hack Weekly group is a blog post. Okay, Hack Weekly group is a WhatsApp group. You can actually send an invite to me on LinkedIn. So once we connect, I'll give more details about the Hack Weekly group. If you want to write a blog on the website, it is a blog post where you can discuss with me and we can have review sessions. Once that review session is reviews are done, it will be published in the website. Okay, what is the process of joining the group? Okay, so if you are interested and if you can you can be active, you are always welcome to join the group. The process, just ping me on LinkedIn, I'll respond to you with all the details. How can we okay, how we can join the WhatsApp group? Also, I think I have answered that also. Manish, Vinod, Karthik, hope that you're clear. There are two things. One is the Hack Weekly group is on WhatsApp. You can ping me on LinkedIn. I'll respond to you back. The other thing is, in LinkedIn, if you want to write some blog post, you just mention that also in the subject, so that we can take it forward. Okay, great. Yeah, Nirmal, if we have any questions,
I don't think
we can proceed.
like we have had a few questions and
Mhm.
you have answered them, I guess. So if
Okay.
there are any other questions, like, you can ask. Yeah. So there's this question. So tell us some major challenges you faced in initial stages. How
Okay.
you managed to maintain the consistency in maintaining the group.
Okay. Great. This is something. Okay. Tell us some challenges you faced in the initial stages. How you managed to maintain consistency in maintaining group. Okay, Helen. I think this is one of the best questions so far. So some of the major challenges is that managing your time. So I'm having a full-time job, right? So managing the group is really tough when you start, and also maintaining the consistency is also really tough. The major challenges I would say is time and your consistency. How did I manage? uh, Initially I found it very tough because I was all over the place. Like, I would work for 4 hours, I'll be active for 1 hour, again I'll work for 4 hours, I'll be active for 1 hour. That didn't work out. So what happened was, I tried to set certain times. Okay, I'll answer it here. So I try to set some time where I can be active, and where I can make other people in the group become active. So one person or two-person cannot be active all the time to keep the entire group active. That is why while choosing the uh, okay, I had other data science groups where I couldn't manage, and also I was the only person who was sending messages. And that is why I didn't want to create a similar data science group. uh, while choosing people, be careful. Just know that they are they can be consistent, they can be interested throughout. Not just that data science is a field I am interested. No, data science is a field I am interested in this. I'm ready to contribute and learn from people. And once I become an experienced professional, I'll be ready to contribute and help them also. So you should choose people carefully, such that you don't have to worry about consistency. They will be able to, they will give you a tough time. Because if you get 200 to 300 messages per day, that will be a tough time too. uh, so I hope I have answered the major challenges. One is time, and the other is consistency. Time, you have to fix per day how much time you are going to spend, and what time of the day you are going to spend. Because people can be from any country, any city. So you should decide that. If for example you are from India, and all of them are free from India, then you can choose a favorable time. But if half of your group is from the US, then you should fix a certain time where any of you could discuss. So that's a starting point to proceed and get a good consistency. Not only the person who was started the group, everyone, each and everyone should contribute. So at least 80 to 90% should contribute to the group.
So I think you answered the question pretty well here, and we don't have any other questions so far. So again, if you guys want to ask any question, you can. Okay, so I don't think we have. So okay, so finally
Okay,
we have
okay, okay.
another.
I will answer one more thing.
Yeah.
Okay, typical day look like Vetri. Okay, okay. I'll come to that. Before that, I'll answer one thing. There will be people. I will tell you, there will be people, one or two, who will try to damage, uh, uh, not only the community but the whole of the journey itself. I'll give one example. Um, Someone joined our group, they try to observe what we are doing. uh, then what they did is try to just uh, learn not learn observe what we are doing, and say that this is not how you should do things. Don't listen to them. Sometimes it will be personal also. Don't listen to them. You should keep going in spite of the pain that they have created to you. And also some people will be like leeches, where they will consume, get a job and leave the group. Don't mind of them also. There are two kinds of people who are kind of they may drain your energy. Don't focus on them. So I'll come to answering Vishal's question here. How does your typical day look like, Vetri? Weekday, weekend. Okay, weekend, it will all be 90% goes to my family. 10% I'll be on the group, on the WhatsApp groups. um, So always Saturday will be my full day, will go to family. Even for this session, I wanted to have it on a Sunday. I'll have it good time with family, have a nice time, then focus on 1 or 2 hours for my passion. So data science is my passion. So I've always wanted to contribute on something like just 1 hour, even 10 minutes per week will do. So maintaining consistency is based on what you do daily. It is not doing 2 hours per week. It is like 10 minutes per day. If you do something daily, that becomes your habit, and that is how you build consistency. Okay, okay, my day looks on a weekday. Okay, weekday it is like I'll work for 3 hours. I'll spend 1 hour in the group and the community, either in the morning or in the afternoon. Again, I'll work for 3 hours. I'll spend 1 hour in the community. Again, I'll work for 2 hours. So if it is 8 hours I'm working, uh, it will not be like morning I'll spend and night I'll spend. In between something, I'll spend some 15 to 20 minutes, so that I'm able to contribute. And also, if there are few things like someone has asked a question or a doubt and no one has answered, I will just try to pitch in and see who can help on this, who is an expert on this domain or this field. That is also one thing that you can focus on. If you are not good at something that is being asked, just direct to people who are really good at it. There is nothing bad or nothing to be ashamed of saying that I don't know. I might know someone who can help. That is a really good what is it, good character to have. I think, Vishal, I have answered your question. Fill up this for attendance. Okay.
So that
Yeah.
is for the
Mhm.
certificate. So if
Okay.
like if someone has not filled up the attendance form yet, it
Mhm.
has been given on the chat, so
Okay.
you can fill it up as well. So I think Vetrivel, you can stop your screen sharing,
Okay. Okay. Just a moment.
and you can give the LinkedIn link as well, like the your LinkedIn profile
Yeah. Yeah.
on the
Sure.
chat.
Yeah. I'm just sharing now.
Yeah.
Again, friends, these are all what I have experienced and what I was able to contribute. There could be certain perspectives or uh, difference of opinions also. What you can try to do is incorporate the tips and tricks I've shared along with what you think is best for the current situation that you are in, so that it will help your circumstances better, and your set of people will also understand that we are trying to do something to create value. So that is what uh, is the takeaway, I think, from this session. Thanks again. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks again,
So
Nirmal.
yeah, yeah. So thank you so much for taking time out and giving the session out here. So this is a token of gratitude from our side, from Society for Data Science, which we want to give you because of the wonderful session that you have taken. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nirmal. Thanks for Society for Data Science for inviting me, and thanks to you as well. I think this is my first virtual session anywhere, and I'll hope I'll come back and take more sessions.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure,
Sure.
sure. Okay, so I would like to clear a few things out before we end the meet. So that is, we have had 5 sessions in this webinar series, and we have reached the end of the webinar series. So for each of the 5 sessions, at the end of the session, an attendance link was shared, and you guys have filled it up if you have attended those sessions. So I would say that like you would get your certificates within the next week by the email ID which you have given in the uh, Google form. So and the recordings will also be uploaded on YouTube, and the links will also be shared. So yeah, that's it from our side, and I think the comments have a lot of gratitude for you, Vetrivel.
Thanks, Nirmal. So it was a great session and also an interactive and a good session. So thanks for your amazing questions. So many here like Vishal, Karthi, and Alan. So sorry if I miss certain names like Manish, Vinod. So thanks everyone for joining.
Okay. So thank you for attending, and I hope everyone has a great day ahead. So the session has come to an end now, so you can all leave.
Thanks, Anmol.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.